Organization of life. Today we are going to see the unit 8. Introduction. There are animals like amoeba which cannot be seen by our naked eye. There are animals like blue whale and elephant or the huge animals. There is a variation not only in their size but also in their complexity of the cells and tissues of the body structure. This is called as organization of life. Unicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms are made up of only one cell that carries out all the functions needed by the organisms. Example is bacteria, paramecium, and amoeba. Next is the multicellular organisms. Multicellular organisms are organisms that consist of more than one cell in contrast to unicellular organisms. Example, cow, human being, and trees, etc. Next is the prokaryotes and eukaryotes. The prokaryotes, which does not have true nucleus, and in eukaryotes, it contains well-developed nucleus and the cell organelles. These are said to be eukaryotes. These are the images of prokaryotes and eukaryotes. You can able to see the difference. Cell. Cell is the structural and functional unit of life. Cells are often called the building blocks of life. Study of cells is called cell biology. There is a central spherical nucleus and a variety of cytoplasmic living cell organelles like the endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, Golgi bodies, centrioles, ribosomes, lysosomes, etc. present in an animal cell. Each cell organelle performs a specific function. This is the animal cell. Size of cells. So the size of cells may vary. The smallest cell is RBC and the longest cell is the nerve cell, which is present in the human body. The largest cell, the human egg ovum, is 100 μm in size. Among multicellular animals, the largest cell is egg of an ostrich. It measures about 170 mm into 180 mm in diameter. This is the egg of the ostrich. Shape. Cells are of different shapes. Cells are sometimes quite long. Some are branched like a nerve cell or a neuron. Some of our WBCs are of amoeba-like structure, which has irregular boundaries. You can see the WBC structures. Tissues. Tissues are group of cells that have similar structure and it also performs a specific functions. Types of tissues. There are 4 types of tissues. Epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue, and nervous tissue. Epithelial cells helps for covering. Muscular tissue helps for contraction, and the connective tissue which helps for supporting, and the nerve tissues which conduction of the nerve impulse. Organs. Organs are structures made up of 2 or more types of tissues organized to carry out a particular function. Example is the heart, brain, lungs, kidney, liver, etc. Each of have specific functions. Most of organs are made up of 4 types of tissues. Now we are going to see about the eye. Photoreceptor. Eye is one of the important sensory organ in the human body. It is composed of muscular tissue, connective tissue, neural tissue, mainly responsible for vision. Differentiation of color. The human eye can differentiate approximately 10 to 12 million of colors and it maintains the biological clock of the human body. So the structure of human eye can be differentiated into 2 types. One is external structure and the internal structure. So it acts as like a camera. Okay, the external structure of the eye, sclera. white of the eye, conjunctiva. So it is a thin transparent membrane that is spread across the sclera. Cornea, it is a transparent layer of the eye which spread over the pupil and iris. Iris is a pigment layer of tissue that makes the colored portion of the eye. Pupil, pupil is a small opening located at the middle of the iris. This is the external structure of the eye. Internal structure of the eye. So internal structure of the eye contains lens. So lens is the adjustable part of the eye. Next is the retina, back side of the eye, which transports the image. Next is the optic nerve, which carries the impulse to the human brain. Next is the vitreous humor. You can see this is the vitreous humor which gives shape to the eye. Organ system. There are different organ systems in our body. This is a cardiovascular system, which means about the heart. A group of organs form the organ system. Together, they perform a particular function. So this is the cardiovascular system, which related to the heart. Other examples of organ system are skeletal system, endocrine system, integumentary, nothing but skin. Respiratory system. So the organs such as nose, and the air enters through the nose and enters through the nasal cavity, pharynx, trachea, lungs and diaphragm work together as a respiratory system. So this is the respiratory system image. Digestive system. So the digestive system consists of mouth, esophagus, stomach, duodenum and the intestine. Together form the digestive system. This is the digestive system of the human body. Mechanism of breathing. There are two types of mechanisms, inspiration and expiration. So in inspiration, the air enters into the lungs is said to be inspiration. In expiration, air comes out, expel out from the lungs to the atmosphere. Diffusion. So diffusion is the movement of particle from an area of higher concentration to the lower concentration. So you can see the image of the diffusion, how it gets diffused. And diffusion of smoke through air medium. So this you can able to see how it gets diffused. Osmosis is the movement of solvent particles across a semi-permeable membrane from a dilute solution into a concentrated solution. There are three types: hypertonic, isotonic, hypotonic. Hyper, the external concentration will be more. Isotonic, in this both external and internal concentration of the solution will be same. In hypotonic, the external solution will be less when compared to the internal solution. What is cellular respiration? So cellular respiration is a process that all the living organisms use to unlock the energy that is stored in their food as chemical energy. Two types of respiration. One is aerobic respiration, another one is anaerobic respiration. What is aerobic respiration? This requires oxygen to respire. So all organisms are respires aerobically. This is the equation of the aerobic respiration. Glucose plus oxygen, which gives rise to carbon dioxide, water and energy. Anaerobic respiration, which does not require any oxygen, like yeast. So it expels out the ethyl alcohol plus carbon dioxide and energy. This is the equation. Glucose gives ethanol, carbon dioxide and energy. Thank you.